Buenos dias. Good morning to everybody. A new segment. This is something I've been planning for a while, but I haven't done it yet just because I wanted there to be abundance and variety, but I'm just gonna start. Guys, so the idea here is once a month now, I'm going to go through the entire property and harvest as much from the food forest as I can for myself for, the weeks after, but also to give to my neighbors. I do trades, as you guys know. I will sell some things. What I'm thinking of doing, if you're familiar with kind of like the alternative shoe market and reselling and things, people do something called mystery boxes, which is like, okay, give me $50. I'm going to give you this box or this bag filled with a variety of things, and whatever comes in it, hopefully you feel like there's more value than the money you paid for the box. Does that make sense? So I watch a lot of like sneaker con stuff. I've always been a sneaker collector and to the detriment of my bank account when I was younger, but it's become a big thing. And what people are doing now is they'll bring in to like a convention, a box of 10 sneakers that they have, and they'll say this box has a value of $4,000, and they'll ask a vendor or a buyer who's a reseller to like gamble on it, basically. So what I'm going to do, I think, is once a month, I'm going to gather as much fruit as I can over in this little section here, and then throw a photo of it on maybe a local Facebook group or my WhatsApp and say, Diaz Mill, $20 for all of this fruit. I'm going to put like hundreds of dollars worth of fruit here. And then whoever bids on it first and can come pick it up first gets it. So I'm not looking to make like a ton of retail money on it, but I think it would be fun for YouTube content to show you what a 5-year established food forest can produce monthly. And then because I'll have it all harvested, I'll have a cool giveaway thing. But anyway, that's the intro to this video. We're kind of in the middle of July 2026 right now. I'm not going to do it specifically on the same day every month, but once a month. So this will be July's, the next will be August, then it's September, and you'll get to see from all over the planet, wherever you are, here in Costa Rica over the past 5 years, what I've been able to cultivate, and then obviously what abundance I'll be able to harvest here. So yeah, stay tuned. They're not going to be super long videos. What I want to do is just kind of intro it, say, hey, welcome, thanks for tuning in. This is this month's harvest, and then harvest everything without that being on camera because it's arduous, and then to do it with the camera is even more challenging since I'm alone. So I'll just accumulate everything over here, and hey, Ruby girl. And then once it's all there, you guys will see it. And then, if you happen to be in the area and you want to be the buyer of this, you're going to get hundreds of dollars worth of fruit for like $20 once a month. So stay tuned, guys. If you happen to be vacationing here in the Central Pacific, Costa Rica near Parita, and it happens to be the middle of the month when you're here, reach out because you could be the inheritor of this and have free food for your entire vacation. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. In a moment, you'll see my harvest today. Okay, part one done. This is from the island, the wilder part of my property. I've only scoured about 1/4 of the property so far. I'm going to do a few times today, but here there are 33 coconuts and about 150 blue java bananas. Hopefully I'll get a few more varieties of bananas and plantains today. And I know there's definitely a ton of guava, cas. I'm not sure what other fruits we have available, guanabana, so I will be adding those shortly, but this is just part of the horde. All right, a couple more hours in. Most of what I was seeing today are not quite ripe. For example, I have, I think, 5 guava trees spread out throughout the property. The guavas are about this big, and we want them about that big. And let me show you an example here. This is about where most of them are right now, okay? And these are still good. So the Costa Ricans, locals, like to eat this with salt. Like they like green mangoes with salt and Yuplon and things like that. We in the United States or the West and Europe usually like hyper ripe fruit. Like a day later, they're gonna go bad type thing. The Costa Ricans, because they grew up around, let's say Central Americans and South Americans, grew up for generations studying all of these plants. So whereas in the West, we would use the fruit when it's almost fully ripe, they're using unripened fruits, they're using the bark from the trees, they're using the leaves for teas and medicines, they're using, even, for example, this is a pretty much full-grown guava, and you can see the color starting to change. They don't just use it for like jam like we use it. They'll use this in so many different ways, and it's extraordinary. I'm gonna have to do videos in the future when the restaurant opens of me just bringing over all these ingredients to the chef and filming what they do, he or she does with everything. And you'll see, I really can't even begin to explain. Each tree gives a dozen or 2 dozen uses down here, whereas traditionally I only knew, let's eat the fruits and then that's it. Everything can be utilized. So both of these are quality. So I picked about half a dozen of these guava. I'm gonna go give them to my neighbor Pablo because he loves them, but let me show you everything else I got and then explain what's coming next as well. Okay, so let's start at the front here. These are the guava I was just showing you. I've got a handful of caviar limes. Now, I could have 50 or 100 of them here, but I want them to grow a little more. Next weekend, so in about a week and a half, I have either the farmer's market in Estoril where I want to go sell these, or there's also a cabalgata and festival up in Mastatal, and I'm more likely going to go up there because I'm more of a mountain person than a beach person anyway. So I'm going to bring probably 3 or 4 dozen caviar limes up to Mastatal for this festival and just sell some things or give them away to friends and make new friends. Anyway, so that's why there's not a ton of caviar lime. You just heard the guava are more about this size, so I'm waiting another week or 2 for all them to be ripe, and then I'll have, my estimate is 400 to 500 guava. So if you're watching this and you like guava and you live nearby, let me know and I will get a bag for you. These guanabana are not fully ripe or big yet, but you can see they start to have some bugs coming in. These are usually like a bee or a wasp that burrows in and I guess gets some sugar from it. From what I've noticed, they do no harm. There's no larvae in these when they, do fully ripen and get bigger. The reason I picked these is because they had a little damage to them, and there's about 50 other guanabana coming in on this tree, budding. So I wanted the energy to go to the new ones. If you know anything about growing fruit trees, the less fruits you have on the tree, the more energy gets sent to the remaining fruits, and they come out higher quality, richer in flavor, richer in nutrient density, and yeah, there's a little hack. I grabbed a bunch of limes. I think I have 4 or 5 big trees of these limes as well. But all of the limes on the trees are just starting again. So this is from the last batch from like 2 months ago. The last ones I didn't pick. So I'm going to give these actually to my neighbor Pablo and my neighbor Alfredo for his family. And then in, I would say, another month or so, we're going to have thousands of limes. So I'm going to have dozens of guanabana, hundreds of guava, common guava as you know it, a bunch of these limes. Now what's cool about these limes is they're orange on the inside, so they're a little bit different and unique. These are quadrados. I wanted to show you as just a variation of platano plantain banana that's a little different. These actually will stay green, but once they start ripening, you can see they start to like get almost like snake skin, crocodile skin, and then they'll get really colorful, like brown like this, and then they'll start to turn yellow and you can cook them. But the Costa Ricans also like eating these when they're green. They'll boil them and it's a very sweet variation of a normal plantain. Or you can let them get ripe and then they're delicious. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a 3 times sweeter version of a plantain, and it's delicious with any type of like farmer's cheese or honey on top, or you could put it in the frying pan for a couple minutes and then throw some syrup on top of it. Many different ways. I could go on and on. The blue Java bananas, you guys know already, so I'm going to let all of these ripen. I'm going to feed myself, my dogs, make banana bread, gift them to neighbors, and then all the coconuts from before. All right. So, as you can see, I'm dripping sweat here, standing outside my house, next to my little nursery. I just wanted to throw this in because this is also part of the harvesting that I do that I'm not showing, is that every single day I try to plant at least 10 new bags of trees for the nursery, and my goal is in the next couple of months to get rid of all of these trees here. And then when I start bagging up new trees, I'm gonna start to put them underneath, I don't have an example to show you, but I'm gonna start to put them underneath the mama tree itself. So for example, behind me is an acerola cherry. Once I'm bagging up these babies, you might be able to see there's some bags under here, black. So they'll all be under there. Manzana de agua under manzana de agua, avocado under avocado. So that's just how I'm structuring it. And as far as harvesting right now, this is the abundance of what I have. I have also in the next month, let's say, dragon fruit coming in. I actually have some ripe dragon fruit up the big Guanacaste, but I can't reach them because they're like 40 meters high. So the toucans and the monkeys will enjoy. So in the next few weeks, so hopefully for August post, you'll see cacao, way more guanabana, the guava being harvested, lots of limes being harvested. I have other varieties of bananas that I can harvest. What else is there going to be? A shit ton of caviar lime. I'll get that on camera too. Probably going to harvest yucca. Oh, and I also got turmeric today. I forgot to say that. I'm gonna go show that. It's still by the shower because I had to clean it off with the... Hey, Astro. All right, so this is the harvest that I forgot to show you. So this is just one quick pull of turmeric from the ground, and there's probably like 3 pounds there, I would guess, more or less. So this will actually be enough turmeric for me. I would say I'm gonna use about half of that. I'm gonna dry it, and then, hi baby. I'm gonna dry it and then break it down in the NutriBullet and then save it, and I cook my rice with it. I make chicken dishes with it sometimes. I throw it in almost something every single day to reap the benefit. Now, in case you are wondering, how do you get the full benefits from curcumin or curcuma or turmeric as it's called in the West? It has to be mixed with black pepper. Otherwise, the medicinal properties do not come out. So there's a little alchemical hack for you. And now this is what I pulled all of that fleshy stuff off of. And you can see there's still some attached because I left some in. And then there's these bulbs, right? So what I'm going to do is go around to different areas of my property now and plant all this turmeric. And then it's going to grow in 1 year the amount that I just showed you over here. So every little bundle of plants like that every year grows this amount, and I have probably 50 all around my property right now. And I'm just going to finish up. You could see these are all dragon fruit vines, cactus that are coming out off of this tree. I'm hoping that they start to drop flowers this year because all the other dragon fruit is popping out flowers and fruits right now. I'm hoping this does, because look how convenient this would be. Right outside my front door, I just come out and boom, dragon fruit farm. And I have a few other areas I'm cultivating. I don't know if you can see. Let me try to zoom in. Ooh, you can see it. Right there in the center. Where's my finger? Here. Oh, sorry. I'm zoomed in, so my finger's gigantic. It's going to try to focus on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So right there in the center, that's a cacao. I would say that's about 2 weeks from being ripe. And there's 50 other on that tree. I think I have 10 other trees around property. So each tree's got about at least 50 to 100 buds coming in right now. And yeah, we're gonna have plenty of cacao. So anyway, saying goodbye. This was the July 2026 harvest at the Jungle Temple Food Forest. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna do this once a month, like I said in the beginning. So if you're really excited and interested in seeing what I can harvest here every month, middle of August, there's going to be another one. Middle of September, another one. I'm going to do this every single month. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether this is on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know where this is going to be spread, but please like, subscribe, share, invite friends. If you know anybody that wants to grow their own food, specifically in Costa Rica or Central America, send them my way. I'm always trying to give tips and hacks and progress stuff, so you guys don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made. You can learn from my wisdom after all this time, sweat, blood, and tears and scars. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.